Hello friends, welcome back to the Jazz Ranch, hip cats, groovy chicks, and finger poppin' daddies. I have a special song for you this evening. It's called You, the Night, and the Music. It's a minor key song in which you can play on a modal scale. So I'm going to be talking about that later on. But I want to start out with three quotes that are related. And you can maybe guess who the authors are of these quotes. The first one is this: after silence, that which comes nearest to expressing the inexpressible is music. That's from Aldous Huxley. Now this second one is kind of surprising for me. Here's the quote: where words fail, music speaks. That came from Hans Christian Andersen. How about that? Now this last quote is really pretty powerful, and it is this: music is a higher revelation than all wisdom and philosophy. Well, who could have said that? It was Ludwig van Beethoven, the man. So now here we go with a great song called You, the Night, and the Music. Starting out, this song, You and the Night and the Music, is one of the great classics, and it's written by Arthur Schwartz and Howard Dietz, and they wrote a number of great songs, including Dancing in the Dark and Alone Together, and I See Your Face Before Me, and so on. And this is a perfect song as a vehicle for jazz improvisation because of its minor mode. And if you really want to check out a great version of it, check out the Keith Jarrett version on the Deerhead Inn. You know, he really takes it out there. But anyway, because there's a lot of freedom within this modal system of C minor. Now, it's in C minor, has these short intervals, which I love this concept of short intervals, like that repeating line, and even on the bridge. You see how that works? You see those types of intervals, the half-step intervals, are completely through this whole song, including the bridge, you know, so it really holds together like glue. And it's all on a minor mode, so it's like this scale. I mean, it's really like an E-flat natural minor there, which is like an E-flat scale starting on C, Aeolian, it's an Aeolian scale, or E-flat, C minor, which is relative minor of E-flat major, or you can use the E-flat major pentatonic scale and use the fifth mode, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, start there, and you can do that, and then alter it. And all these modal concepts of pentatonic scales that shift chromatically and make it interesting. You know, it's very modal Coltrane-ish. So that's the basic thing that's happening. Now I'll go into a little more detail about the improvisation and the structure of the song. This is a really clever song because it holds together like glue harmonically. You know, it's in C minor, so it has that C minor underlying C minor scale, which is the natural minor scale built on E flat. So it's 3 flats. And also within that you can have the pentatonic scale, which I use, which would be E flat major pentatonic, so it becomes the fifth mode, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's that scale there, 1 flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7. You know, use that a lot, and then you can alter it. You can, you know, you have a lot of freedom in this song because it's mostly modal. It just stays on C minor, and then it goes to F minor. So it, you know, that's just the 4 chord. So you can really play a lot of modal playing on this. The only time you wouldn't be is on the 5 chord, but that doesn't even matter. You can just do modal playing throughout. But it's AABA. The bridge goes to A flat, which is still now the scale. Still the scale. Then it goes to G, of course, so you have to alter that one. Then F minor again, which is the scale again. 2, 5. Now the only thing that changes at the end. Now this. Oh wow, what is that? Now all of a sudden we have an A natural and a B natural in there. What is that? That's the melodic minor scale. You see, it makes a lot of sense because we always talk about the melodic minor being melodic because it's ascending, and this ascends perfectly. Probably the most interesting thing about this song is the ending, as opposed to the fact that it does start out in minor for the first 8 bars and ends up in major. At the end we have this scale. Instead of having, we have this. Now what is that? Well, that is the melodic minor scale, right? Which has the flat 3, of course, and the natural 6, natural 7. Instead of the minor 6 and minor 7, we have the natural, which ascending, the melodic minor scale in ascending melodic usage would have those natural notes, and then descending would have the flatted notes, you know, so, and that happens harmonically. Interesting against that, you have this right here, you see the A flat. So I don't want to dissect this tune too much or go into too much detail. I just want you to try 3 scales. The natural minor scale built on C, the pentatonic scale built on C, and maybe, you know, like on the G chord you could use a Superlocrian scale, which I have a video on that, which is like half tone, whole, half, whole, whole. So those three scales, and then at the end you have these. We have that melodic minor scale. So those are the four scales that are central in this song for improvisation. And I'll leave it at that. And you can write to me, ask me more about it if you like. But I just wanted to give you another great song that is really challenging and fun to improvise on. So we'll wrap up. Signing off from the Jazz Rants. Thanks so much for joining me, friends. And please write to me and leave a comment. And I will always try to respond to all comments. Give me, a few days or a week or 2 weeks, I will get back to you when I can. And, people ask me, I always sign off with Hermie Dressel, and they say, who was Hermie Dressel? Well, he was a great friend of mine who played drums. He was a booking agent who had an office in New York City. When I lived there, I used to go to his office, and we would have great conversations and so on. He tried to help me out with my career. But whenever I would leave his office, he would always say the same thing, and that is this: swing loose. And we'll see you next time around. Bye-bye.